With Talia here, just when you look at what RNG has, it's great for the laning phase here versus an Ahri. If you do get into a situation where in the side lane you kind of have to deal with the Ahri, you could just drop the Unraveled Earth. It's very difficult for her and gets into her stride. Eventually, she can pick up enough AP to kind of do some more. See this dive onto top lane.
RNG going for an aggressive dive at the top side. Sheer had no chance of getting Mega, and Milky Way just runs straight into the tower and says, I'll take that first blood to RNG. On the other side, Sorrow making a play towards Lala and Jachi on FPX's side, and it will be Dre landing the final blow. So
you really want that positioning now. Walking straight into this Thresh.
Yeah,
gotta be careful, they can turn this now.
Right there. Crashdown doesn't connect onto anyone. Meanwhile, Care, now stuck in a 1v2. The Unraveled Earth does slow Milky Way down. The Wind Becomes Lightning does not connect, but Tangyuan has the ultimate first, albeit very slightly, especially because Bot was not the one to claim that first kill on the bottom side of the map. So overall, RNG feeling pretty comfortable about where things are at as long as they can survive this play down here. Weaver's Wall comes out from Care. This time he adds his ultimate. It's going to be flashed away from here by Jachi and Lala, but Lala will be the sacrificial lamb, and Bot finally focus on the mid lane potentially as Care could be in some trouble now. Gets hit up by the charm. Nice combo in terms of damage. Just no opportunity for Care to do race easily, especially because they got such a big head start. So FPX might be able to get some plates on the other side in response, but that is already RNG, I believe, picking up that feat. This Dragon as well. I think you can make it 3-0 in terms of the feats of strength, although that doesn't necessarily.
Are some tanks. Alongside this Collector, you have so much armor penetration early. It is something to think about.
RNG looking like they want to try to fight for this Rift Herald, but a really nice Weaver's Wall separates Milky Way from the rest of his team. Thankfully, the Crescent Guard allows him to mitigate a ton of that damage sent out by Care. Now Tangyuan flash dashing over the pit, finds the charm just onto Sorrow, and Sorrow is taken down. That's the jungler for FPX out of the picture as the Rift Herald is alive.
Does Tangyuan go for it again? Doesn't land the charm this time, but Herald is up and available. This has been a really well-played game coming in yet again. Milky Way utilizing that ultimate makes it so it's impossible for FPX. And now they're just playing in a fog.
And it's played beautifully combined with Lala. Joey is able to get out safely though, and there's Sheer hitting Meganar and landing a two-man stun into the wall. Now stuck in a 1v3 though, just out there a little bit too quick before the rest of his team can respond. Joey trying to buy some time with the Max Storm. Bot does not have much mana. Jachi's flashing over the wall, and Milky Way's there to help him out as well. It's
now Sheer just too far. At this point, you need to be able to call back the troops and find your way back into this fight, but Bot has to overextend himself. Tangyuan's in a great spot to pincer the rest of this fight, and FPX just look a little lost in this game, and that is kind of the criticism we've had for both of these teams, both here in the LPL and in Demon.
This one, around 4,000 gold is the lead. Get some of it back with get a bunch of kills in that fight, but also that's a hull breaker here on the Jinx, so not going to be doing a ton of damage, especially in these teams.
So got to be very careful. If FPX can find this opening on this mid-tier 1, I think it opens up a lot for them. They're going to use this to potentially walk down bottom lane. Up, Sheer does have his Meganar coming up, and there's a teleport that is available for him.
Hook from Lala instantly goes in onto the Rel. Remember, with this Otacon buff, if it's picked up, that will result in some resets, and right now FPX doesn't want that to happen, but already the kills are starting to fly. The ultimate from the Gnar does connect onto Jachi. Looks like the FLA is going to live for just a little bit. Meanwhile, we see an engage of junglers on the other side. Finally, Jachi will fall, but on the other side of the fight, Care is taken down by Zatsu. Now, Milky Way looking for some kills in a 1v2, but already low on HP. Sheer really arriving to this fight in a big way and allowing for FP.
Oh my god. I love that we saw that. Oh, Jachi actually just got... Wait, they found a pick on a Sorrow. Are they going to go for Otacon or are they going to go for Baron? It did just spawn at 20 minutes, and it looks like they're going to go for this Baron instead.
The trade could either be Dragon here for FPX, but they want to go for the fight. They know that they cannot afford to give this up with the lead that RNG already possesses. Zatsu getting spotted out.
There's no Lantern now.
But there's really no way for FPX to even get into this pit. They're going to have to just try to pull off a miracle steal with a Jinx Rocket or something. In comes Sway. Got to find the kill first onto Lola.
There's the resets.
This is excited. This could be a good opportunity for FPX. Sheer not close to Mega though, and that will allow RNG opting not to go back to base instead. Looking to make sure
no flash. He's dead.
Bot is just caught out. No boots, no life for the Jinx. and Tong Yuan is the one to pick up the gold. Moonlight Vigil will only hit onto Sheer. It knocks off the stair, and that will allow for RNG to pick up another objective on the top side of the map. This Otacon almost assuredly theirs, unless Sorrow can find some sort of steal. Has the Arctic Assault and a Smite available, but Zatsu doing a good job at blocking the Sejuani from getting over the pit. It's
kind of on top of him yet, but he knows like, oh, okay, this wall is just gonna sit right next to me and not actually stop them. And then Sheer just leaves him alone. They didn't have vision onto where Tong Yuan was, so turns into a kill. And now with this Baron, they're just breaking down turrets. They've got themselves the grubs as well. They've got 3 grubs to help with some of that turret take. Kare's recalling here. I don't think this is going to be the end of the game, but if they find a pick, they probably are going to look for it.
Yeah, Tong Yuan setting up that wave nicely to allow for the rest of his team to immediately join him in the mid lane to take down the second inhibitor of the game now for RNG. Finally, Kare is back. It's going to be a 5v5 under the Nexus turrets if RNG want to start it. Question is, do they want to pull the trigger, or will they just wait for these minions to wear down these towers, play the long game? Looks like they're gonna wait, not wait very long, as Tong Yuan forces the flash out of Kare. Moonlight Vigil with the Infernum doing a decent chunk of damage, and the Glacial Prison from Sorrow does not connect. But on the other side, Zatsu getting chunked to half HP, having that Steric Shield pop. That's a decent cooldown, as well as the flash gone for the Renekton. He'll be able to TP back, but that's already one Nexus turret down. Milky Way dashing in, using that Crescent Guard to knock Sorrow away. Gonna have to go back to base with that death, but with the Otacon, it should be enough for RNG to push for the end. The next at half HP, they're just forcing themselves onto the crystal, and it's Zatsu coming back with the teleport, going in onto the Nexus, and sending RNG to